We live in a world with almost 200 countries, a world with about 7.8 billion people. Think about the different cultures, the different stories. Most of us won't be able to experience it firsthand, so we turn to pictures, like these ones, to help us see across the globe.
So you would say that you have spent most of your time internationally?
Oh yeah, I would say that of my body of work, of my photography, probably 95% is outside of the U.S.
Steve McCurry is a famous photographer. His work has been seen around the world. Behind his lens, and oftentimes in risky situations, he documents pictures in hopes of capturing human emotions, images that will connect us all together.
How did you get a passion for photography?
I started studying cinematography at Penn State, and from that kind of led me to still photography.
McCurry learned the basics while working for Penn State's campus newspaper, the Daily Collegian. These clippings show some of his earliest work. About 4 years after graduating, he got a one-way ticket to India and never looked back. It was his published photographs during the beginnings of the civil war in Afghanistan that started to get him worldwide recognition. He crossed into the country, disguised, fully aware his life wasn't guaranteed.
You've been through situations where it's very possible that you could lose your life, and you go into them knowing, like, this is the risk that I'm willing to take.
Yeah, in a way, I kind of feel like that every time I get on an airplane. I think, you know what, this is crazy, And I've been on hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of flights. In Yugoslavia, I was in a small plane, and we literally crashed into a lake, and I found myself upside down, underwater, couldn't breathe.
McCurry has been known to capture areas of conflict overseas. But on September 11, 2001, he didn't travel far. From the roof of his building, he captured the World Trade Center collapsing. He would then spend the rest of the day in the middle of Ground Zero.
Have you ever been scared for your life?
Well, yeah, many times. But I think at that point, you have to say to yourself, this is the life I've chosen. And I couldn't, if I shied away from this situation, I couldn't live with myself knowing that, yeah, this was an historic moment that needed to be documented.
He'll tell you he thinks of his photos like children. He doesn't have a favorite and loves each one for different reasons. But this image may be what he's best known for.
There's a real quality of her in that picture, of her not giving up and kind of moving forward despite all the adversity that she had to suffer.
The world-famous portrait, first featured on the cover of National Geographic in 1985, shows an Afghan refugee with piercing green eyes.
Did you know that you had something really special?
I knew when I made that exposure that this was something special, but it's such a fleeting moment that you're never quite sure. So I think it's I'm very proud of that picture, and it's something which will certainly be the first line in my obituary when I die, that Steve McCurry, the photographer who photographed the Afghan girl.
The world is a big place, and for those of us who can't see it all, we count on people like Steve McCurry who see it through a lens, so we can all be connected beyond our own neighborhoods. In State College, I'm Maggie Smolka.